How fragile to us is the concept of life? How often we live so absent minded to our own order, and how once the things we nurture and care for are ripped away, there is fear and regret. Often in my life, I have seen animals die, pets whom we cherished who got sick or became injured, and there was nothing more to do. Reminders of the force that we as a species play on the balance of mortality. What is it like to watch a creature we have created live without us? And what is it like to feel it die when we are no longer present to preserve it? This is the death shown in Ray Bradbury's There Will Come Soft Rains. At 10 o'clock, the house began to die. The wind blew. A falling tree bough crashed through the kitchen window. Cleaning solvent, bottled, shattered over the stove. The room was ablaze in an instant. Fire! Screamed a voice. The house lights flashed. Water pumps shot water from the ceilings, but the solvent spread on the linoleum, licking, eating, under the kitchen door, while the voices took it up in chorus. Fire! 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 The house tried to save itself. Doors sprang tightly shut, but the windows were broken by the heat, and the wind blew and sucked upon the fire. The house gave round to the fire as in 10 million angry sparks moved with flaming knees from room to room and then up the stairs, while scurrying water rats squeaked from the walls, pistoling their water, and ran for more. Then the wall sprays let down showers of mechanical rain. But too late. Somewhere, sighing, a pump shrugged to a stop. The quenching rain ceased. The reserve water supply, which had filled baths and washed dishes for many quiet days, was gone. The fire crackled up the stairs. It fed on Picassos and Matisses in the upper halls, like delicacies baking off the oily flesh, tenderly crisping the canvases into black shavings. But now the fire lay in beds, stood in windows, changed the color of drapes. And then reinforcements, dramatic trap doors, blind robot faces, peered down with faucet mouths gushing green chemical. The fire backed off, as even an elephant must at the sight of a dead snake. Now there were 20 snakes whipping over the floor, killing the fire with a clear, cold venom of green froth. But the fire was clever. It sent flames outside the house, up through the attic to the pumps there. An explosion! The attic brain which directed the pumps was shattered into bronze shrapnel on the beams. The fire rushed back into every closet and felt the clothes hung there. The house shuddered, oak, bone on bone, its bared skeleton cringing from the heat. Its wires, its nerves, revealed as if a surgeon had torn the skin off to let the red veins and capillaries quiver in the scalded air. Help! Help! Fire! Run! Run! Heat snapped mirrors like the brittle winter ice, and the voices wailed, Fire! Fire! Run! Run! Like a tragic nursery rhyme. A dozen voices, high, low, like children dying in a forest. Alone! Alone! And the voices fading as the wires popped their sheaths like hot chestnuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 voices died. In the nursery, a jungle burned. Blue lions roared, purple giraffes bounded off. The panthers ran in circles, changing colors, and 10 million animals, running before the fire, vanished off towards a distant, steaming river. 10 more voices died. In the last instant under the fire avalanche, another chorus, oblivious, could be heard announcing the time, playing music, cutting the lawn by remote control mower, or setting an umbrella frantically out and in the slamming of an opening in front doors. 1,000 things happening, like a clock shop when each clock strikes the hour insanely before or after the other. A scene of manic confusion, yet unity, singing, screaming. A few last cleaning mice started bravely out to carry the horrid ashes away, and one voice, with sublime disregard for the situation, read poetry aloud in the fiery study, until all the film spools burned, until all the wires withered and the circuits cracked. The fire burst to the house and let it slam flat down, puffing out skirts and spark of smoke. In the kitchen, an instant before the rain of fire and timber, the stove could be seen making breakfast at a psychotic rate. 10 dozen eggs, 6 loaves of toast, 20 dozen bacon strips, which, eaten by the fire, started the stove working again, hysterically hissing. The crash! The attic smashing into the kitchen and parlor into the cellar into the subcellar. Deep freeze, armchair, film tapes, circuits, beds, and all like skeletons thrown a cluttered mound deep under. Smoke and silence. A great quantity of smoke. Dawn showed faintly in the east. Among the ruins one wall stood alone. Within the wall a last voice said, over and over, again and again, even as the sun rose to shine upon the heaped rubble and steam. Today is August 5th, 2026. Today is August 5th, 2026. Today is